Okay guys, before I start this video, I just want to say I am not a lawyer. What I say in this video is based on my opinions, my experience living in Thailand, and the research I've done online, and an article I came across recently that involves an interview between the work permit office in Chiang Mai and a digital nomad. So what they are. Alright guys, hello and welcome to the Fraser Hatyai show. I'm Fraser and today I thought I'd talk to you about working in Thailand and the jobs that you can and cannot do as a foreigner here in Thailand, and also the legalities of working online and basing yourself out of Thailand, whether that's long term or short term. Okay, so if you do decide to come to Thailand, the first thing you'll notice is the jobs that you can do are limited. There's actually a list the Thai government put out of jobs that are prohibited to foreigners, basically. And if you look, there's a list of over 37 different jobs, and some of them are ridiculous. I think they're thinking of updating it. Like some of, for example, hat making, you can't be a hat maker. Cigarette rolling by hand, you can't do that. Stonework, wood carving, cloth weaving, hairdressing. Okay, making Thai dolls. That's one of the items on the list. Basically, what it comes down to is you're not allowed to do any job that a Thai could kind of do. So basically you're allowed to do jobs that there's not a lot of Thais who are able to do that job, and you have skills that are that most Thais do not possess, so that they can take in foreign work, basically. There are a lot of exceptions to that rule and there's ways around it as well, but basically the law is you're not allowed to do any job which a Thai could do. Okay, so jobs like a foreign expert in a 5-star restaurant, you're an expert in French cuisine, that's something a foreigner could do and get a work permit for. Cooking Thai food, an expert on Thai cuisine, obviously not. It might be easier, I'll go and talk through the 10 most common jobs that foreigners have in Thailand. The first one is becoming an English teacher, or a teacher of another language, Japanese, Chinese, whatever. This is a fairly common option. It's one of the easiest jobs to get in Thailand. In order to get a work permit and a visa for this kind of job, you still need a minimum of a bachelor's degree, and a TEFL or a CELTA or some kind of teaching certificate too is preferred. But if you have that, there are plenty of teaching jobs available in Thailand. Thailand pays a little bit lower than neighboring countries such as Vietnam and other countries in Asia such as China or Korea and Japan. They have much higher salaries. So I think that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of job vacancies here in Thailand, because the salary is a little bit too low for the qualifications that they want. But it's one of the easiest jobs to get if you're qualified. And okay, so the most common and the most easiest thing to do as a foreigner in Thailand is become a teacher. You can get a work permit and a visa to do that here in Thailand. Salary for an English teacher ranges anywhere from 30,000 baht up to 100,000 baht in international schools. The most usually you'll be earning anywhere between 35 and 50. That's probably the most common salaries. And with that salary, you'll be expected to work around 18 to 22 hours per week. So yeah, a lot of people like to do that because compared to the amount of workload that you would have to do in a job in the West, in the UK or America, compared to your salary, and how far that salary goes in Thailand compared to UK or America, you can have a much better standard of living here. Okay, don't want to go into that too much. The next thing you can do is become a diving instructor. Getting a work permit, on the other hand, to do that is very difficult, if almost impossible, because this is a job a Thai could do. But it's a job a lot of foreigners do, and they do find ways to do it. The next is a lot of foreigners become real estate agents. But then again, this is something that they're cracking down on now, and they don't really want foreigners doing it anymore. But a lot of foreigners have done that. Another thing you can do from Thailand is become a freelance writer. Whether that's writing for newspapers, writing blogs, or so on and so forth. Obviously, you've got to have some talent for penmanship and writing to become a freelance writer, but it's one of the things you can do. Another job you can get in Thailand is if you get a job for an international company. Okay, so not only the condo market that's booming in Thailand, more and more international companies are setting up operations now all over the country. So there are big international companies that are allowed to hire foreigners. If they hire a certain amount of Thais and they pay you enough salary, they can get you a work permit and a visa. Another job, you work at an embassy, obviously. Another thing that's popular with people in Thailand, foreigners, is to do modeling and movie work. Although, again, if you go to immigration, you'll see a big sign up saying, you need a work permit to do this kind of work here in Thailand. Okay, so then again, although there's lots of modeling jobs and some odd movie extra work and stuff like that in Thailand, officially you need a work permit, and it's very difficult to get one for that kind of work. Okay, another thing you can do is manage a bar, a hotel, or a restaurant. There are a lot of foreigners here who manage a lot of big brand name hotels and very expensive restaurants, and they can get a work permit and a visa to do that legally. And the final thing you can do is open your own business. Okay, but that comes with its own difficulties. In Thailand, if you're opening a business has to be owned 51% by Thai partners, or one Thai partner. So again, that's another difficulty. But that's another way. If you open your own business, it's possible that you could apply for a work permit and a non-B visa to run your company in Thailand. Okay, so there are more jobs that are possible for foreigners in Thailand, but that's some of the main ones. It's very difficult to get a work permit for some of them. Like I said, the easiest thing to do is to be a teacher. Okay, let's talk about working online. Okay, there are thousands of things now you can do on the internet to make an income from anywhere in the world, as long as you've got Wi-Fi. There's people who write, freelance online writers, website designers, people who work on Google AdWords and SEO and organic SEO and online marketing, affiliate marketing, network marketing. There's so many different things you can do now and use the internet as a platform to do it. Recruiting, tutoring online. There's tons of things you can do to make an income online. But is it classed as work, and do you need a work permit to do it? It's a pretty grey area. Officially, the law is in Thailand, if you send out one business email while in Thailand, you need a work permit and a business visa to do so. But do they care? Are they checking to see who's sending out business emails? No. So where's the line, and what is illegal, what is accepted, and what is not? I recently came across an article, quite interesting, between a digital nomad and officers at the employment office and the work permit office in Chiang Mai. If you don't know, Chiang Mai is a bit of a hub right now for digital nomads. People who have businesses online and they want to spend some time living in Chiang Mai and running their business from there, often on a tourist visa or an education visa or something like that. Officially, you do need a work permit and a visa to do that. Officially, if you upload one YouTube video, even if you do not monetize that YouTube video, this is classed as work and is illegal unless you have a work permit and a non-B visa. But then again, it's accepted and it's not their concern. They're not concerned with people doing that. So basically, this guy interviewed with them and asked what kind of work is legal, what kind of work do you need a work permit for, what kind of work do you not need a work permit for. Online, and it was pretty difficult to get a straight answer. So what he ended up doing was going through a set of different situations and asking if this is legal or not. So I'm going to go through a few of them that are interesting and read out the answers. So the first one, example. A digital nomad works on his drop shipping shop in a co-working space in Chiang Mai. Is it work or is it not? Are they concerned or are they not concerned? The verdict. From the perspective of the work permit office, the digital nomad is allowed to manage his online shop during the duration of his stay in Thailand without a work permit, even if some of his customers are in Thailand. He is just continuing to do something that he was doing before he came to Thailand. However, if his products or markets are mainly from Thailand, then yes, this would be considered work. Option number 2, a website designer offers his services to fellow digital nomads in Chiang Mai. Is this work or not work? Concern or no concern? The verdict is yes, this is clearly work and he should get a work permit for it. The job could have been done by a Thai national. So this is the important thing here. If this job could have been done by a Thai, then often they may be concerned with what you're doing and want you to either get a work permit or not do that kind of work in Thailand. Okay. Option number 4, a foreigner sits in his apartment in Chiang Mai and teaches Chinese students over Skype. Okay, now this is the opinion of one officer in the work permit office in Chiang Mai. Now, if you ask different people, you get different answers, but this is the answer here. They say it officially is work. However, it is not a concern to our office, so we allow the foreigners to do this without a work permit. Okay, and they consider the scale of work and the environment in that decision. Basically, they're not chasing people who are teaching English online, and it's not a concern to the work permit office at the moment, although officially, just as sending a business email out while living in Thailand, it is officially work, and you know, that's the law, but that's one of the things, it's not their concern. Okay, another situation. An overseas company recruits foreigners in Chiang Mai to teach Chinese students online via Skype. Again, it's online teaching, but this time slightly different. So the company is officially established in Hong Kong, but the teachers gather in an office space with computers in an office in Chiang Mai to ensure teaching schedule, etc. Now, in this case, yes, they are concerned. It is work because they are using Thailand to conduct business. They're using Thai resources, an official office space and infrastructure to do so. Okay, this actually happened a few years ago, and police arrested foreigners in an office in Chiang Mai, and they were basically running an online teaching business from Thailand. And you know, the difference between this and the first case, where they said it was okay with the person who was just teaching English from their apartment room, they say, no, how this case is same but different. Same but different. from the previous case, because if all the foreigners would be sitting in their home apartments, this would be allowed and not a concern to the work permit office. The grey line here is zigzags depending on the work situation, the structure of work and the enforceability. So you can see here how it's a very grey area with what you can legally do in Thailand without a work permit online and what you cannot do. Okay, I'll read a couple more. A programmer who's doing jobs on Fiverr or Upwork. Fiverr is a really cool website which allows you to do really short bits of work online, such as translate this page, fix the plugins on this website, design a quick graphic for my website, design a logo, whatever, and you'll be paid a small amount for doing so. Online marketplace for that kind of work. Okay, and they say here, this is officially work, but it's not a concern to the office. Note that if you do pay taxes, officially work, but not a main concern to the office. Okay, a couple more here. A businessman travels to Thailand for a few weeks to conduct some business activities on behalf of his company. Something I've done before. I've had to come to, for example, not in Thailand, but I went to Malaysia to visit a furniture convention with my brother and his brother's company, as he exports beds from Malaysia to the UK. Imagine that was in Thailand. Would I need a work permit to go there and negotiate purchasing furniture or even selling furniture? The verdict is no work permit is needed. The businessman is allowed to meet business partners, discuss opportunities, source products, even present merchandise to potential buyers and sign contracts on behalf of his company. Because this nature is just temporary activity in Thailand and also an agreement with the International Labour Organization, so foreigners can do this in Thailand without a work permit. Okay, another situation. A foreigner and a Thai couple owns a Thai restaurant, or a foreigner restaurant, whatever, and is involved in the management of the restaurant. Okay, does he need a work permit? This is a common and delicate case. If the foreigner is only sitting in the restaurant but not serving customers, not training or managing staff, not cooking and not buying supplies, then he does not need a work permit. But if he involves any of these, if he is involved in any of these activities, officially he does need it. However, at the same time, there is another section of Thai law that applies to this situation, and it is that a small family business, he is allowed to do work if it is to take care of his family. So in practice, normally it's not their concern and no work permit is enforced. Again, this is just the opinion of one officer at one work permit office in Chiang Mai. The reason I picked Chiang Mai is because where most of the digital nomads reside in Thailand. So it is, you know, if that's where they were going to crack down, they would straight away go to all the co-working spaces and start kicking people out right away. Okay, so to conclude, there's no magical formula. Basically, these cases, I'm reading from the script now. These cases illustrate how the authorities, in this case, the Chiang Mai Work Permit Office, position itself with regard to the issues of foreigners working in Chiang Mai, especially digital nomads. The Work Permit Office also stresses that there is no mathematical formula to determine what consists of work and what is not. Each case has to be evaluated individually. All circumstances will be taken into account, okay, including the time that the foreigner has resided within the kingdom, the true purpose of the foreigner coming to Thailand, the work location, the situation, and so on and so forth. Okay, so guys, basically to conclude, most digital nomads who come to Thailand for a short period of time will have no issues, will not require a work permit or a business visa. But officially, any kind of work that you do within Thailand, you are required one. But it's not that. But they're not concerned with most of these digital nomad situations. Alright guys, just to conclude this video, I just want to say one more time, this is just my opinion and it's not legal advice. Secondly, I want to say, as you can see, it's a super grey area when it comes to working online in Thailand. But in my opinion, as long as you're not doing anything that's taking away job opportunities from Thai nationals, and you're being a good citizen within Thailand, not making any enemies, you will be probably fine. You'll probably be fine. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video today. Not much footage of beautiful Thailand, just my boring office today. Hopefully get some more interesting videos out a bit later. And a bit more light-hearted videos too. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the videos. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe and comment if you have any more interesting insights on this topic too. And until the next time, stay awesome.